In this video, we'll create a lathe groove toolpath. After completing this step, you'll be able to create a groove toolpath and edit a tool. In Fusion 360, we want to carry on with our CAD/CAM lathe dataset. The next thing we want to do is create a single groove toolpath. So we're going to select Turning and Single Groove. We need to select an appropriate grooving tool. So we'll go into our lathe library and we're going to select OD Grooving. We will select, and then we need to make our geometry selection. But let's note our feeds and speeds, and note that we are using constant surface speed. Because we're going to be entering the stock and the radius value is going to be changing, using constant surface speed will adjust the RPM based on our values. Next, we want to select our geometry. I'm going to select this back edge, but let's note the tool preview. You can see that the tool is actually cutting away more than intended because the alignment right now is set to middle. If we set it to back, notice that it goes to the back side of that contour. If we set it to the front, then our tool is on the correct portion. Notice that we also have the groove alignment, tip, and cut through. We're going to use a tip alignment, and we're going to leave all the other settings as is and say OK. The tool comes in and cuts the groove. However, our tool actually has a radiused corner, so when we look, we're not getting a clean cut through the groove. Because this is just a recess for us to thread, it's probably fine as is, but let's go ahead and make a change to our tool. We're going to expand the tool path, right-click on the tool, and select Edit Tool. Inside of here, our insert is defined in millimeters as a square end, and you'll notice as we go down, the thickness value is 3, the width is 2.2, and it has a corner radius of 0.8. Our groove is actually 2.75 millimeters, and we don't want the corner radius, so we're going to set this to 0, which will be a custom value, and we're going to say 0. Now we have a perfectly square grooving tool that's the exact width of our groove. But we need to go ahead and regenerate our single groove. We'll go up to Actions and select Generate. Now the tool goes in and we no longer have the radius corner, it cuts everything as expected. At this point you can see that the outside of our part is matching the design intent. We've created our roughing and finishing toolpaths as well as our grooving toolpath for the entire outside of our part. Let's go ahead and navigate back to a home view, and let's make sure that we save the design before moving on.